everyone, welcome to a new video on the channel. Today we are setting up my September reading journal, and I'm super excited about this setup because I decided to do a collage of the aesthetics of two of my favourite books from last year. This month in September, those books are getting a sequel. They are actually coming out on the same day, so I decided to dedicate September to them. They are Defy the Night and Once Upon a Broken Heart. Obviously their sequels are coming out, and I don't know much about what's going to happen in them, but I really wanted to sort of acknowledge that this month is going to be awesome for me because I've been waiting for these books for the longest time. So that's why I went with this theme. It's slightly different because in my normal bullet journal I normally set up the theme there as well, use the same colours and everything, but that's actually entirely different, and so I really enjoyed separating my reading journal and my bullet journal from everyday life this time around, and I think I'll continue that. I actually really enjoyed the process of being on Pinterest and looking up the aesthetics of both these books, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think I want to keep doing this for the rest of the year at least. So the two books, like I said, are Defy the Night and Once Upon a Broken Heart, and their sequels are Defend the Dawn and Ballad of Never After. They both come out on the 13th of September, and I am beyond excited. I have pre-ordered a hardcover version of the Ballad of Never After. It was my favourite book last year, but I cannot ignore the fact that I absolutely enjoyed Defy the Night, and you'll see that the quote on this page is from Defy the Night. It's one of my favourite quotes of the entire book, and I'm really happy that I decided to do both themes in this setup. So that is the front page done. I'm really happy with it, and I'm moving on straight to the monthly view. Now, I was very diligent in checking that I had the accurate pages for this monthly setup. As you can see, I've used little tags with what page is what, because if you weren't here for last month's flip through, I accidentally missed the spare page for July for stats page, and I ended up putting that right smack on on top of that page. The first page of August took that page, so I'm making sure that I really keep track of the pages as I'm setting this up. I actually ended up making a mistake off camera when I was setting this up, and I missed one of the pages. Thankfully I caught it before I started filming, because that would have just really thrown me off my game, having it all out of order. So everything is fine for this month. I've triple checked. I even wrote on the page before the front page, stats, do not touch. So definitely keeping an eye on what I'm doing a bit more. I really am trying to also organise better lighting and setup. As you can see, it's slightly crooked in the viewfinder. The table's slanted, and I do have a bit of issue coming off the camera with my book, bringing it towards myself. The tripod is new, and it also has great lighting on it, so I'm happy that I've finally found a solution for good lighting when I'm working on my book at night. But I still need to sort out this sort of layout when I'm filming, because I'm not quite happy with how we go off camera at points. But I kept this page really simple because obviously it's a big stats page. I've got my social media tracker on the side there that still I haven't used enough as I want to, but I do like having it there. The big calendar, if you're new here, is where I track down what I read each day. I read almost every single day, if not more than one book a day, so I really do need to have space for that setup. And I also read my very first audiobook over August, so I thought that I might continue to read audiobooks or listen to them, and gave it a colour code. The colour coding on the page is for and the key on the left side is for that calendar, for the right side is for the social media tracker. And I also put on this little heart decorative paper here a list of the books that I have either read and need to make sure that I make a post about on a specific day, or the release of that book just for my own personal interests. And I think I will also continue this in future. I really enjoyed this little area for that, because it takes away from having to try and fit it in that social media. Aside from that, I think this page is pretty much done. I'm really happy with how clean it looks. The headers are actually printed out, but my printer skipped a few lines on some of them, so I went through and re-inked over top. And I'm really glad that I did do that, even though it was very time consuming, because it's really popping off the page, and I'm really liking that look. So I hope that you're enjoying this so far. I really like this theme, and I don't think it's just because of the collage. I just like the colours. It's just really nice, and ironically it looks a little autumnal, but we're going into spring over September, so I should have done something slightly brighter, but I'm still really happy with how this came together. In my normal bullet journal it is much brighter. I use very bright colours, so I think I can get the best of both worlds and enjoy my book theme a great deal more in this. So this month I'm not going to do the TBR jar. I'm actually doing Becca's Bookoplathon, which is a month-long readathon where you can play a sort of Monopoly game. This will be up on the channel where I picked what I'm going to read over September. In that video it'll be up closer to September, and you will get a sneak peek in a moment of what those prompts ended up being. I really butchered this page and I'm not happy with it, but I'm only going to have to look at it for 1 month, so I'm not prepared to go back through and fix it and change it all up. But for now it is what it is. I am going to use it and just flip away from it, but I do like the pop of colour that it presented when I tried to do the Monopoly landmarks, and is that what it is? The landmarks where you land on the board. This page here is the one that I almost forgot to put in, and I would have been so annoyed if I hadn't. This page is one of the ones that I use a great deal, much like the TBR, but this is one that I really like keeping. I tried to do a quote page in last month's setup, and I've only written down one quote. There's no point me doing that, so I decided that I would try and condense these pages again. With Becca's Bookoplathon, it does take up that side where I normally put my prompts and my arcs, but I actually need a bit more space this month for arcs because I have quite a few that have come through, so I'm actually really happy with how this whole month has worked out in setting up. I put a second quote on this page. This one is from Once Upon a Broken Heart. I had a really hard time choosing one that would fit the theme and the sort of the aesthetics that I went with, so this is the one I chose, and I'm really happy with it. I think it says something like, hope is a difficult thing to kill, just a spark of it can start a fire, and I really like that. On to the reading log. Nothing's really changed on this page except for it was really difficult to set up. I have had to reline it about 3 times off camera because of missing that page, but thankfully you don't have to watch that. I really like how simple it is with just the colour at the top from the paper. The paper pad I used was the, let me see, the Rustic Harmony paper pad by Kaiser. I will link everything that I use in the description below, or list it, sorry. And I also put a whole bunch of those stars, as you can see on the side, my little stickers that I've created, on this page, and then ruled those last lines because I found that the sticker does go slightly over the edge. As you can see when I flip, then I've got stats written on that page as well. I'm not missing that one. So yeah, it takes a while to do these little stickers, but I'm really happy that I've decided to use these stars to stick down for the ratings. It makes everything look much cleaner in the end, and I'm really happy with how they look overall, and they're really great to write on, so I'm so glad I made that investment and have a bunch of star stickers everywhere in my drawer. So we're getting to the end of this video. I'm really excited for the month of September. A lot of great books come out. I've read some already and I'm excited to have physical copies of them. I'm also going to be continuing on with some of the buddy reads that I've been doing. We are still hosting more of the Throne of Glass read along. me and my friend on Instagram, and we are now on book 3, and it is quite time consuming having so many of them to read, but I am enjoying the process and the discussions every day. So I'm really looking forward to trying fitting in my favourite books while I am reading these other buddy reads. I hope that you have a great September ahead of you, and whatever you end up reading is good. I'm really excited to read quite a few books, and you'll get to see what's going to be on my TBR in the next video that will be up in a couple of days. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I hope you're well wherever you are in the world, and I will be back with a new video very soon. Bye everyone.